Hey, what are you doing? What are you eating? That looks disgusting.
All
That
right,
was not me.
I'm just muted. Yeah, it's nice. It's just a bit burnt, but okay.
What? I can't understand you with your mouth completely full. What are you eating?
A hot cross bun, and it's a little bit burnt, but it's yummy. Look, I
Oh,
know how to
good.
feed myself, Kathy. Okay, I'm a grown ass man.
You're right. I'll just shut up. I miss our place. I miss our bed.
I miss you in our bed.
Mm,
What? What? What's wrong now?
I just miss you. And you're like awake to talk to me. So I'm keeping you up. Yeah. And I don't know what you're doing or thinking or eating throughout your day or if you're sleeping and I don't know anything. I just
I was
feel
just in
helpless.
LA, Kitty.
A month ago.
I'm in rehearsals for Henry. I can't just get up and leave for him.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
know, but when do you get another break? Because you can come at the end of March.
Mark, I was just Kitty. Look, why don't we just wait till you're done filming this season, and then we come meet them?
In July?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? That's a joke, right? It doesn't, you know what? It doesn't matter because I want to leave the show.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, like, Territory DC isn't winning an Emmy anytime soon. So, and the show is changing thanks to Mitch. And
Mitch.
Mitch wants me gone
I
anyway. So,
love Mitch. How's he doing?
yeah,
What?
Mitch. He's so remember when I told you that I was like pretty sick on Monday or whatever?
Hmm.
So we were on set, and then because Mitch's scene was next, uh, I just sat there like on set puking and for the entire day.
Kitty, you can't be. It's what we do, right? Is it not? It's a reason you're in LA. Look, your agent called you. It was your idea to do it. So I don't know. I don't know what you
Okay,
want
well,
me
I
to say.
don't want to do it anymore.
Mitch is just.
Plus,
I'm about to Henry. I'm about to be Henry and Henry VIII. I mean, Kitty, it
yeah.
doesn't get better than this. Not to mention the money is pretty.
Okay, well, why bother saying not to mention if you're going to mention it?
Oh, whatever. I'm gonna get to bed, okay?
No, no, wait, please, Harry. It it does get better because I could be home. Okay, listen. Shit. Okay, Mitch is calling me. Just can you? I'm gonna put him on speakerphone so I don't lose you. Can you just hold on and stay quiet?
Okay, fine. But ask him about the short film, when he needs me, where we're doing it, all of that, yeah?
Okay, yeah, just Mitch. Hi. What's up?
Um, Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Kathleen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, well, look, um,
Mitch?
Kathleen?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Kathleen, hope I'm not disturbing you. You look pretty sick this morning.
Wow. That's rude. I felt pretty good today, actually. Thanks.
Really?
Um,
You hadn't been to hair and makeup yet. That's what it was.
okay. Well, you saw me leave the trailer, so I had. That's
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Oh, so anyway, I was looking over our scene for tomorrow. Did you read the script yet? I know how you like to wing it day of.
I read it. Continue, please. Do you hear this, Harry?
Huh?
This is how he's talking about your wife. Do you hear this?
Kathleen York,
Yes.
are you sure this is a good time? You already sound a bit aggravated.
Kitty, just be nice, okay?
I
Kathleen,
am
can you hear me?
being
Kathleen,
nice.
I'm losing you. I'm losing you, Kathleen.
Mitch, can you please call me Kathy? Please. I've asked you to call me Kathy for years now, so that's
Right. Oh,
yeah.
anyway, look. So our scene.
Yeah.
Would you just like absolutely hate me if I maybe suggested one minor adjustment to Tony?
Sure. Such as what?
Well, Kathleen, it's complicated. Where to begin? It's complicated.
Mitch, I am on a Zoom call with Harry, and it is 1:00 in the morning in London. So if you could
Harry!
just...
Oh, great! I'll join the call.
What? No. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Harry!
Hi, Mitch. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
For sure. When are we shooting, bro?
Oh, I'll be in London in the spring, so let's plan for after Henry closes. Well,
Cool.
unless you're coming to LA.
He's
I
not
can't.
coming to LA.
I can. I'll go wherever he needs me.
Ah, my God.
Really?
Yes.
He'll go to LA for Mitch. Yeah, well, maybe he'll...
Wait, hold on. So after Henry finishes, so you're not going to come to London and watch it? What's your problem, man?
Hey, I saw the magazine you sent me. You're looking good, man. I love it.
What magazine? What magazine you sent? I haven't seen a new magazine.
Oh, I'll show you this one.
There he is.
Wow.
There he is.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Let's
Why didn't you send
let's
that
show you
to me?
ours. We're gonna show you ours. Hold on just a second. You see the new
No, it's not.
Here we go.
Okay, I've not seen this. Starring Mitch Wall, Territory DC, America's favorite news anchors by day. Washington, co-starring Kathy York. Okay, that is great.
Is it great?
I thought you'd like that. Does it look fly?
It looks so fly. Netflix.
Yeah. Do you notice a difference? Do you notice a difference at all? That's fun.
Oh yeah, I got a new headshot. She's right.
Yeah.
Almost growing full facial hair nowadays, man. You've grown up.
Yeah. You know how it is. You know how it goes. Oh,
I've got no idea, man. I've got no clue.
It's so good seeing your face. It's so good seeing that face, Harry.
Hey, Mitch. Why are you calling me?
Right. Kathleen.
Yeah.
Look. We've all noticed how nauseous Seth made you. And hey, Harry, I'm always looking out for your wife, man. So look, I want to suggest we give your scene to Allie. You know the new girl? I already spoke with Tony. He's cool with it. Allie's excited.
Sounds perfect, Kitty.
Harry, my man. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. What do you think, Kathleen?
Yeah. Sure. It's whatever. I'm gonna go. Okay. Good night.
Harry, call me.
Yeah, I will do, man.
You see? Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm saying?
Do anything. You've been rude for no reason. Being a bit aggy.
I need to tell you something. This is a weird time to tell you, but I don't know when a better time will arise. So, what are you doing? What are you looking at?
Oh,
what are you looking at?
My brother. He's calling me. What were you saying? Oh, by the way, are your sisters back from Spain?
Yes. Anyway,
because the girl playing Catherine is struggling with a Spanish accent. And I told her that you could call her, give some pointers, or she could talk to her dad or whatever.
Well, there's a lot of accents in Spain. That's
great. So I'll give you a number.
No, anyway, I was in the middle of talking. Can you just hold on? Actually, hold on a second. Harry, don't do that. Don't. How many girls are in your cast?
A few. Why? I don't know. I haven't counted them.
Well, I mean, it's strange.
Why?
Okay, well, let's see. Mi amor, let's talk about it. You mentioned the girl you went to university with.
Molly.
And today you mentioned Catherine. But you've yet to mention Anne. I mean, unless it's like a different show. Because, I mean, there is an Anne, right? I mean, who knows what these people do with these shows anymore, but...
What about her?
You tell me.
She's fine. She's good. Good actor. I don't know.
Right.
Don't do that.
Do what?
Just don't start. Look, Kathleen, the only reason I'm awake right now is to talk to you, not to argue with you.
I didn't say anything, Harry.
I know you didn't say anything, Kathy. I also know that this is a fight waiting to happen.
Fine. I won't say anything. I hope she's nice.
Thanks.
Anyone else interesting?
Well, they're all incredibly talented, obviously.
Harry, can you just hold on 1 second? My sisters like keep calling me and I...
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Hi. Hola, hermanas. ¿Cómo estuvo España? ¿Y papá?
Como siempre, you know.
Yeah.
Come on, Papa, miss you though.
So,
did you
nice to be back in LA.
That's good. Did I tell what? Would you say
Harry?
I I just frankly, Papa he should have thought about this before.
Okay, I know what you're doing. Stop. Don't change the subject. Hello. Come on. Okay, you know what? I'm done. I can't keep this secret for you anymore.
It's a week. It's been a week.
Well, they know something's up, okay? And I just want you to tell Harry already. All right? Come on, this should be exciting. You guys are married. This should be like a really good thing.
Well, Harry's on the other line, and telling him over the phone is like the worst. So
why? Is he being his usual charming self?
Lucia, you can at least like pretend to like him.
It is not my fault you have a thing for English guys.
It's no one's fault.
Oh, okay. Hey, look, I actually decided to answer the phone, you mongoose.
What are you on about? Hello, man. Why are you up?
Oh no, I got home from Sean's.
Oh yeah.
Hey, are you coming over tomorrow to Mum's for dinner? Why are you up?
No, probably not, mate. I've got rehearsals till.
Well, yeah, till 6. Then what?
Then I'm supposed to grab a bite with the cast. So.
The card? Member? Harry, finish your thought. Come on, use it. You got to brain, use it. Finish your thought.
That was my thought. The cast
member.
Okay.
But are you up talking to Kathy or?
Or what? No, you're not finishing.
Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Oh.
What?
Who is she? Is she in the cast?
Who?
Is she in the cast?
Who? What are you talking about?
All right. No, it's just, listen, all right. It's just, I know how hard it's been with Kathy in LA and all.
Yeah, Andy.
It's just.
Go to bed.
Let me finish my thought. I'll worry about you, mate. Come on.
Yeah, Andy, I'm going to have to call you back, all right?
Is that Kathy or?
Yeah.
All right. She loves you, dumbass. Way too much, little brother. All right. Okay. Well, hey, don't be a dickhead. All right. Love you.
I love you too, man. Amber. Hi.
Hey.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, why?
It's 1:30.
I know. But I was thinking about your texts and I couldn't sleep.
You couldn't sleep?
That's what I said.
You did? All right. So, why is that? What is it about me asking you where you wanted to go for dinner that kept you awake?
No, silly. Not that. It's what you asked me before that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Jesus Christ. Are you all dumb in every country?
Okay.
Think on it and you'll figure it out.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. It clicked.
Yeah, but I was joking.
Check your phone.
I don't actually expect you to send me any.
Check your phone.
Why?
It's a simple task.
Wow. Wow.
Is that all you got? Wow. That's just as bad as saying K.
No.
No, you're welcome, yeah.
Look, you're beautiful.
I know.
Shit, Kitty.
Is that what you're calling it now? Wow. That's new.
No, fuck. No, can I? I'll call you in a bit, or tomorrow. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Wow.
So what if I tell him and then he's not excited? I don't know where to start.
We'll start by telling him. And then leave that stupid show and fly back to London and be with him. And if he is anything other than excited, I swear to God, I will fly straight to London and kick his ass. Whatever you need, girl, I am here for you.
We love you. And we'll see you tomorrow. And don't forget the wine. For us, obviously.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to tell him. That's great. I'm just going to click over and I'm just going to do it. And it's going to be great.
She's been waiting for me all these years. She's never taken another lover. I don't care. I don't show up. I go to Berlin. That's where I stash the chandelier.
Henry, wake up. Henry! Sweetheart, wake up. Oh, good. I come no more to make you laugh. Things now that you're waiting, and a serious brow set, high, and working, full of state and woe, such noble scenes as draw the eye to flow, we now present. Those that can pity here may, if they think it well, let fall a tear the subject. They'll deserve it. Such as give their money out of hope, they may believe, may here find truth too. Those that come to hear only a show or two, and so agree the play may pass if they be still, and willing I'll undertake, may see away their shilling richly into short ours. Oh, only they that come to hear Mary, for the play, a noise of targets, or to see a fellow in a long monthly coat guarded with yellow, will be deceived. For gentle hearers know to rank our chosen truth with such a show as fool and fights is, and besides forfeiting our own brains and the opinion that we bring to make that only true we now intend will leave us never an understanding friend, and therefore, for goodness sake, and as you are known the first and happiest hearers of the town, we said, as we would make here, think you see the very persons of our noble story as they were living. Think you see them great and follow with the general throng and sweat of thousand friends. Then, in a moment, see how soon this mindless brings misery. One, two, three. And if you can be merry then, I'll say, a man may yield upon his betting day.
Good morrow, and well met. How have you done since we last met in France?
Oh, I'm still admiring all that I saw there. I saw the kings of England and France, these two sons of glory, as they were called, salute on horseback, and when they lighted, how they clung in brotherly embracement. Oh, and to see the knights in golden armor. One day, the gilded French outshone the English. The next, all the English looked like gold mines. And when the heralds challenged them to joust, their feats of arms were unbelievable.
Oh, you go too far.
No, the whole arrangement was without flaw.
And who did settle this great sport on foot?
Why, the Right Reverend Cardinal Wolsey.
Yeah.
Wolsey. The devil speed him. What had he, a butcher's son, to do with these vanities?
Because they buy him a place next to the king.
Ah, he decided, without knowledge of the king, who should attend him. For the most part, nobles on whom he could lay a great charge.
He hath made 3 kinsmen of mine bankrupt.
Oh, many have sold their estates for these vanities, yet can see no great advantage from it.
True. The peace they signed was not worth the cost. The French have already broke the agreement.
And this is what the cardinal calls peace.
I advise your grace that you keep in mind both the cardinal's malice and his power. You know how vengeful is his nature. Lo, where he comes, that I advise you shunning.
I'll go follow him and outsnare him.
Stay, lady, and consider what you do.
Thank you, sir. But this Wolsey I do know to be corrupt and treasonous.
Say not treasonous.
Then hear you this. Charles, the emperor, came here under cover of seeing the queen. But he really came to whisper to Wolsey that our king should break the league with France. And I am sure he paved his way with gold. Let the king know, as soon he shall by me, that thus the cardinal doth buy and sell the king's honor for his own advantage.
I hope you are mistaken in this.
No, not a syllable.
Your office, Sergeant. Execute it.
Lady, I do here arrest thee of high treason in the name of our most sovereign king. 'Tis his pleasure you shall to the tower.
Oh, you, my lords, the net has fallen upon me, and I shall perish under plot and practice. The will of heaven be done in this and all things. My lord Abergavenny, fare you well.
Nay, He must bear your company.
As the Duchess said, the will of heaven be done.
Here is a warrant from the king to arrest the Duchess's chancellor and her confessor, and also a monk of the Chartreux.
Oh, Nicholas Hopkins!
Hey.
My surveyor is false. The cardinal hath showed him gold. My life is spent already. My son is dark. My lord, farewell.
I stood in the aim of a deadly plot, and I give thanks to you that choked it. Call the gentlemen of Buckingham's.
Your Grace, the Queen craves prior audience.
Well, then let Her Highness be admitted.
Room for the Queen.
Arise, and take your place with us. Half your suit never named to us. You have half our power. The other moiety, ere you ask, is given. Repeat your will, and take it.
Nay, I must kneel, for I am a suitor.
Lady mine, proceed.
I thank your majesty that you would love yourself, and in that love, not unconsidered, leave your honor, nor the dignity of your office, is the point of my petition. I am solicited to say your subjects are greatly grieved by these new commissions. Although, my Lord Cardinal, they vent reproaches most bitterly on you, the king himself escapes not language near rebellion.
Because of these taxations, the clothers have had to dismiss the carders, fullers, weavers, who, compelled by hunger and lack of other means, are all in uproar.
Taxation? Wherein? What taxation? Lord Cardinal, know you of this taxation?
Sir, I know no more than other councillors.
No, my lord. The others know as much as you. I am much too adventurous in tempting of your patience, but am boldened by your promised pardon. You frame these exactions so unjust, those who suffer say they are unbearable.
What is the nature of these exactions?
They compel from each 1/6 of his substance. The pretense for this is named your wars in France. This makes bold mouths, tongues spit their duties out, and cold hearts freeze allegiance to them. Their curses now live where their prayers did, and it has come to pass that this tractable obedience is slave to each unsent will. I would your highness would give it quick consideration, for there is no primer business.
By my life, Wolsey, this is against our pleasure.
I have not proceeded alone in this, but by learned approbation of the judges.
Have you any precedent of this commission? I believe not any. 1/6 part of each. No. Send out letters with free pardon to each man who has denied the force of this commission.
A word with you. Let there be letters writ to every shire of the king's grace and pardon. The grieved commons hardly conceive of me. Let it be noised that through our intercession this revokement and pardon comes. I shall anon advise you further in the proceeding.
I am sorry that the Duchess of Buckingham has aroused your displeasure.
Oh, it grieves many. The gentlewoman is learned and a most rare speaker. To nature none more bound, her training such that she may furnish and instruct great teachers, and never seek for aid out of herself. Yet, See, when these so noble benefits shall prove not well disposed, the mind, growing once corrupt, they turn to vicious forms 10 times more ugly. Come, just sit by me, and you shall hear. This was her gentleman in trust. Of her things to strike honour sad, bid him recount the fore-recited practices, whereof we cannot feel too little, hear too much.
Stand forth, and with bold spirit relate what you have collected of the Duchess of Buckingham.
She said that if the king should die, she would contrive to make the scepter hers. Also, she threatened revenge upon the cardinal.
Please, your highness, note this dangerous conception in this point. Not friended by her wish to your high person, her will is most malignant, and it brings dishonor to you and your friends.
My learned cardinal, deliver all with charity.
Yes. Speak on. How grounded she her title to the crown? Upon our fail. To this point hast thou heard her at any time speak aught?
By prophecy of Hopkins, a Chartreux monk.
You were the Duchess's surveyor, and lost your office on the complaints of the tenants. Take good heed, you charge not in your spite a noble person.
Let him on. Please, continue.
I told the Duchess 'twas dangerous to dwell on it. She said, Tush, it can do me no damage, and that had the king in his last sickness died, my lord cardinal would have lost his head.
There's mischief in this woman. Canst thou say further?
After your grace had reproved her at Greenwich, she said, if for this I had been committed to the Tower, I would have made suit to come in his presence and put my knife in him.
A giant traitor.
Oh. Now, madam, may his highness live in freedom while this woman's out of prison?
God, mend all.
If she finds mercy in the Lord, 'tis hers. Let her not seek it of us. By day and night, she's a traitor to the height.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish.
To love and to cherish.
Till death us do part.
Till death us do part.
According to God's holy law.
According to God's holy law.
And that.
Go, Isabella, Louisa, be merry. Find yourself good husbands.
English husbands.
Noble husbands. As your parents wish for you both. Go, before they are all gone.
Your Grace! Did you enjoy the show?
You see? You see the way he looks on her? Such longing.
Grace? Who looks on who? Are you feeling well, Your Grace? I'll escort you to the king.
Duke of Norfolk, you are kind to me. Would you please excuse me? My lord, do enjoy yourself.
Your Highness.
Ladies, let us all be as merry as we are amongst good company, good wine. Good welcome can make good people. Oh, my lord, you are tardy. The very thought of this fair company clapped wings to me.
Oh, that your lordship were but now confessor to one or two of these fair ones.
I were. They should have easy penance.
How easy?
As easy as a down bed would afford it.
Your Majesty, may I have a word with you, if it please you, sir?
You may. Be brief, my lady. Look around. Tonight I must entertain.
My most gracious lord, if I may, I desire nothing more than you. Would you join me in my bedchamber tonight? Harry, I miss you.
Sweet ladies, will it please you sit? Nay, two women together makes cold weather.
Ladies, if I chance to talk a little wild, forgive me. I have it from my father.
Was he mad, sir?
Oh, very mad, exceeding mad, in love, too. He would kiss you just as I do now.
An outrage. Bite thy tongue, Sans.
Gentlemen all, the penance lies on you if these fair ladies leave unsatisfied.
Henry, if we could.
Sweet Kitty, Catalina, we're far too rambunctious to be in such a saint-like presence as yours. Tomorrow morning, we'll have breakfast with my sister Mary. For now, it is time you retire. Make haste away from our drunken discourse. First you are to attend prayer. Go, pray to God for me, your Lord and your King. Go on.
My lord, will you?
I will join you tonight. After
Henry.
Catherine.
Dulcesenius, your majesty.
Go to your sisters.
Yeah, welcome, my fair guests. Which to confirm, good health to you all. Ladies, you are not married. Gentlemen, whose fault is this?
The wine must first rise in their cheeks, my lord. Then they shall talk us to sleep.
The fairest hand I ever touched. Ooh, beauty. Till now I never knew thee. What's your name?
Anne Boleyn.
Oh, the daughter of Sir Thomas Boleyn, the French ambassador. Has my queen kept you hidden from me?
Your queen? Your majesty, forgive me.
You do not recognize your king by his voice? Would you know the French thing?
His voice being so similar to that of his queen's, 'tis very unlikely.
So, Anne Boleyn, teach me what you learned in France.
Your grace, there's nothing France can teach England.
By heaven. Sweetheart, I were unmannerly to dance with you and not to kiss you. Is the banquet ready?
It is, your grace, in the privy chamber.
Your grace, I fear dancing is a little heated.
I fear it's too much.
There's fresher air, my lord, in the next chamber.
Well, lead in your ladies, everyone. Sweet partner, I must not yet forsake you. Let's be merry. Good, my Lord Cardinal. I have half a dozen healths to drink to these fair ladies, and a measure to lead them in once again. And then, let's dream who's the best in favour. Let the music knock it.
Whither away so fast?
To hear the sentence on the Duchess of Buckingham.
I'll save you that labor, for all's now done. She came to the bar and pleaded not guilty, and gave many reasons to defeat the law. The king's attorney produced as witnesses both her Thurveyor and her chancellor, and John Carr, confessor to her, with that monk Hopkins that made the prophecies. And so her peers, upon this evidence, have found her guilty of high treason.
The cardinal is at the root of this. All the commons hate him and wish him dead. The duchess they love, call her bounteous Buckingham.
See, the noble ruined woman you speak of. The English are cruel.
Shh, sister.
All good people, you that thus far have come to pity me, hear what I say, and then go home and loose me. I have this day received a traitor's judgment. and by that name must die. Yet heaven bear witness, and if I have a conscience, let it sink me, e'en as the axe falls, if I be not faithful. The law, I bear no malice for my death. It has done upon the premises but justice. For those that sought it, I could wish more Christians. Be what they will, I heartily forgive them. Yet let them look they glory not in mischief, nor build their evils on the graves of great men. For then my guiltless blood must cry against him. For further life in this world I ne'er hope, nor will I sue. Although the king have mercies more than I dare make faults. You few that loved me, and dare be bold to weep for Buckingham. And noble friends and fellows whom to leave is only bitter to her, only dying. Go with me like good angels to my end. And as the long divorce of steel falls on me, make of your prayers one sweet sacrifice and lift my soul to heaven. Lead on, for God's name.
I do beseech your grace, for charity, if ever any malice in your heart were hid against me, now to forgive me frankly.
Sir Thomas Lovell, I as free forgive you as I would be forgiven. I forgive all. There cannot be these numberless offences against me that I cannot take peace with. No envy shall mark my grave. Commend me to his grace. And if he speak of Buckingham, pray tell him you met her half in heaven. My vows and prayers yet are the king's, until my soul forsake shall cry for blessings on him. May he live longer than I have time to tell his years. Ever beloved and loving may his rule be. And when old time should lead him to his end, goodness and he bring up one monument.
To the water side I must conduct your grace, and give my charge up to Sir Nicholas Vaux, who undertakes you to your end.
Nay, Sir Nicholas, let it alone. My state now will but mock me. Heaven has an end in all. Yet you that hear me, this from a dying woman receive as certain. Where you be liberal of your loves and counsels, be sure you be not loose. For those you make friends and give your hearts to, when they once perceive the least rub in your fortunes, fall away like water from ye, never found again, but where they mean to sink ye. Oh, good people, pray for me. I must now forsake ye. Farewell. And when you would say something that is sad, speak how I fell. I have done. And God forgive me.
Sister, this calls many curses on their heads who were the authors of the good Duchess's fall.
I fear there is a worse evil to come. There have been rumors of a separation between King Henry and La Infanta, Queen Catherine. Either the cardinal or some near him have, out of malice, wormed their way into the good king's mind some treacherous doubts that will undo the queen. To confirm this too, Cardinal Campius is arrived, as all think, for this business.
'Tis woeful. We are too open here to argue this. Let's think in private more. Come, let's away.
Your banquet was well received.
Of course it was.
You have taken to another one of my ladies. I saw you with her. Your sister Mary saw you with her as well. You once had eyes for me that way.
Did I not come to you that evening, as I said I would?
You did come. But Henry, you were gone.
Your Majesty. Your Highness. Bishop of Bayonne is here to discuss the marriage between the Duke of Orleans and your daughter Mary.
Wolsey, go. I'll be right there.
Highness.
You to marry our daughter to an infant. You must inquire about his health.
He's strong. He better be strong if he's to marry our daughter.
The strongest choice would be King Charles of Spain. He's 20 years old. There's
Catherine.
riches beyond...
Catherine! We need our tie strong in France.
Do you want in France? Or in Berlin? Henry, you make promises you cannot keep. If you take yet another mistress, will you keep your word? You promised me your heart, yet you betray me. Consider yourself. You will grow tired of her, as you always do. Then you will do the same to her as you have done to all those before her.
You dare speak to me of betrayal and broken promises. Where's my son? Kitty. My son. You promised me a son, and you promised me an heir, but yet no such child lives. So, I think it best that you consider yourself before you proceed with yet another word. I will not be denied blessings that lesser men are granted with ease. You will do as I command, or I will treat you however I please. I am a king, and you need not concern yourself with the Bullen girl. Catherine? Catherine? You will join us and the Bishop of Bayonne. You will go and bring Mary. And perhaps later we can spend some time just us.
Yes. Your Majesty. I thank your Highness. I'll go to Mary.
Well met, my Lord Chamberlain. How is the king?
Full of sad thoughts and troubles. It seems his marriage to his brother's wife has crept too near his conscience.
No, his conscience has crept too near another lady.
'Tis so. How holily he works in all of his business. And with what zeal. For now he has cracked the league between us and the Emperor, the Queen's great nephew. He dives into the king's soul, and there scatters dangers, doubts, wringing of the conscience, fears and despairs, and all of this for his marriage. And out of all of these, to restore the king, he counsels a divorce. A loss of her that, like a jewel, has hung for many years about his neck, yet never lost her luster. Of her that loves him with that excellence that angels love good men with, even of her, that when the greatest stroke of fortune falls, will bless the king, and is this course not pious?
'Tis true. Every heart weeps for the poor queen, and 'tis said that the cardinal's main end is an alliance with the French king's sister. Pray heaven will one day open the king's eyes.
We need all pray for deliverance from this bold, bad, imperious man.
Let's in, and let the sad thoughts that do work on him. My lord will bear us company.
The king has sent me elsewhere. You will find this a most unfit time to disturb him.
Yes, thanks, Reverend Sir. Oh, God. How sad he looks. Sure, he is much afflicted.
Who's there? How dare you thrust yourselves into my private meditations, huh?
Pardon, my gracious lord, our breach of duty. We come to you on business of the state.
I'll make you know your terms of business. Is this an hour for temporal affairs, huh?
A gracious king that pardons all offences, malice ne'er meant. Our breach of duty this way is business of the estate, in which we come to know your royal pleasure.
You're too bold. Go to. Who's there? My good lord, Cardinal Wolsey, thou art a cure fit for a king. You're welcome too, most reverend sir, into our kingdom.
I would your grace would give us an hour of private conference.
We're busy. Go.
This cannot continue.
Your grace has given us a precedent of wisdom touching your marriage, and committing your doubts to Rome, the nurse of judgment, who hath sent this just and learned priest, Cardinal Cambius. Who can be angry now? Huh? What envy reach you? The Spaniard tied blood and favor to her. Now she must confess.
I thank the Holy Conclave for their loves. They have sent me such a man as I should wish.
To your Highness' hand I tender my commission. My Lord Cardinal of York is joined with me in the impartial judging of this business.
The Queen shall be acquainted while you come.
I know your Majesty will not deny the Queen that scholars be allowed to argue for her.
Aye, and the best she shall have. Call Gardiner, my new secretary. I find him a fit fellow.
Give me your hand. You are the king's now.
But commanded forever by your grace.
Come hither, Gardiner.
My Lord of York was not when Dr. Pace in this man's place before him.
He's a fool who would need be virtuous. This good fellow does what I command.
Make this known, gently, to the Queen. Let's meet at Blackfriars about this business. It grieves me to leave so sweet a bedfellow. Would it not grieve any able man? But conscience is a tender place, and I must leave her.
The Spaniard tied blood and favor to her, and now she must confess? Oh, my soul. Our Spanish sister is wronged. This false priest holds the fate of La Infanta.
I pray you, Luisa, let us tell her of this business. She must know such betrayal.
I am about to weep, thinking that our queen, the daughter of Ferdinand, King of Spain, our home. My drops of tears I'll turn to sparks of fire.
Come, sweet sister, go to.
You would not for love either.
Not for that neither. Here's the pang that pinches. His Highness having lived so long with her, and she so good a lady that no tongue could ever pronounce dishonor of her. By my life, she never knew harm doing. Now after so many courses of the sun, enthroned and still growing in majesty and pomp, the which to leave 1,000-fold more bitter than 'tis sweet at first to acquire after the process, to give her the avant, It is a pity.
Hearts of most hard temper melt and lament for her.
God's will much better. She never known pomp, thought to be temporal. Yet that quarrel fortune do divorce it from the bearer. 'Tis sufferance panging as soul and body severing.
Alas, poor lady, she's a stranger now again.
By my troth and maidenhead, I would not be a queen.
Beshrew me, I would, and so would you for all this spice of your hypocrisy.
Naked troth.
Yes, troth and troth. You would not be a queen.
Not for all the riches under heaven.
What think you of a duchess or marchioness? Have you the limbs to bear that load of title?
I swear again, I would not be a queen for all the world.
But you would for England. Lo, who comes here?
Good morrow. What's your conference?
We were pitying my mistress's sorrow.
That's a kind woman's thought. Oh, it most becomes you. There is a hope still that all shall be well.
Well, now I pray God. Amen.
You bear a gentle mind, and heavenly blessings follow such creatures. That you may, fair lady, perceive, I speak sincerely, and high notes taken of your many virtues. The King's Majesty commends his good opinion of you.
I do not know what kind of my obedience I should tender. More than my all is nothing, nor my prayers are not words dully hollowed, nor my wishes more worth than empty vanities, yet my prayers and wishes are all I can return.
May heaven bless you. The King's Majesty does purpose honour to you, no less worthy than the Marchioness of Pembroke, to which title he doth add £1,000 a year.
Oh, sir, I do not know how I should reply. Oh, please you speak my thanks and my obedience.
Lady, I shall not fail to confirm the fair image which his highness already hath of you.
My honoured lord.
George.
My lord. And this is it. See, you have your mouth filled before you open it. A marchioness, £1,000 a year. By my life, that promises more thousands.
Forget about me, brother. To think what follows scares me. Pray you do not repeat this to anyone.
On these thy servants, this man and this woman, whom we bless in thy name, that living faithfully together, they may surely perform and keep the vow and covenant betwixt them made, whereof this ring given and
Majesty. Let our commission from Rome be read.
What's the need? It's already been read.
Be it so. Proceed.
Catherine, Queen of England, come into the court.
Majesty. Sir, I desire you do me right and justice, and to bestow your pity on me. Alas, and what if I offended you? What cause hath my behavior given to your displeasure, that thus you should proceed to put me off and take your good graces from me? Heaven witness, I have been to you a true and humble wife, at all times to your will conformable, ever in fear to kindle your dislike, yea, subject to your countenance, glad or sorry as I saw it inclined. When was the hour I ever contradicted your desire, or made it not mine too, or wish of your friends? Have I not strove to love, although I knew he were mine enemy? What friend of mine that to him derived your anger did I continue in my liking? Nay. Sir, call to mind I have been your wife in disobedience many years, and have been blessed with many children by you. Please, you, sir. The king, your father, was reputed for a prince, most prudent, of an excellent and unmatched wit and judgment. Ferdinand, my father, a king of Spain, was reckoned one the wisest prince that there had reigned by many years before. It is not to be questioned that they had gathered a wise council among them of every realm, that did debate this business, who deemed our marriage lawful. Wherefore, I humbly beseech you to spare me, till I may be with my friends in Spain, advised, whose counsel I will implore, if not, in the name of God, your pleasure be fulfilled.
You have here, lady, and of your choice, these reverend fathers, men of singular integrity and learning, yea, the elect of the land, who are assembled to plead your cause. It shall be therefore bootless that longer you desire the court, as well for your own quiet, as to rectify what is unsettled in the king.
Lord Cardinal, to you I speak. I do believe you are mine enemy. You blew this coal between my lord and me from my soul. I do refuse you for my judge.
Madam, you do me wrong. I have no spite against you. How far I have proceeded or shall is warranted by my commission. You say I have blown this coal. I deny it.
My lord, you are meek and humble-mouthed, but I must tell you, you care more for your power than your high profession spiritually. I refuse you for my judge. And I ask that the Pope shall judge my case.
The Queen is obstinate, stubborn to justice, apt to accuse it, and disdainful to be tried by it. 'Tis not well. She's going away.
Call her again.
Catherine, Queen of England, come into the court.
My lady, you are being called back.
What need you note it? Pray, keep your way.
Catherine, Queen of England, come into the court.
My lady.
Sweet sisters, pray God be with me.
My lady, your hopes and friends are infinite.
Griffith, know you any Englishmen that dare give me counsel? Huh? Or be a known friend against his highness's pleasure? No. Forsooth, our friends live not here. They are as all my other comforts in our own country. Your Majesty. You vex me past my patience. Pray you, pass on. I will not tarry, no. Nor will I evermore upon this business my appearance make in any of your courts.
Go thy ways, Catherine. No man in the world has a better wife. She has ever carried herself queenly. The man in the world who shall report he hath a better wife, let him in naught be trusted for speaking false in that. Thou art alone. Thou art alone. If thy rare qualities, sweet gentleness, thy meekness, saint-like, wife-like government, obeying in my commanding, and thy part sovereign and pious else could speak thee out, the queen of earthly queens. She's noble born, and like her true nobility, she has carried herself towards me.
May it please your highness to declare whether I did ever broach this business to you, or spake one prejudicial word against her.
You never desired this matter be stirred. My conscience was first stirred when the Bishop of Bayonne came here to discuss the marriage twixt the Duke of Orleans and our daughter, Mary. In the progress of this business, the bishop required a ruling, whether Mary was legitimate. Considering my marriage with her mother, who was formerly my brother Arthur's wife, this entered my conscience with a splitting power, and kindled many mazed considerings, as that my wife's male issue died in the womb, or shortly after, which then made me think that this was a judgment on me. Following this, I weighed the danger that my realm stood in. By this my issues failed. This then steered me towards the remedy which we now debate.
The Queen being absent, 'tis fit that we adjourn while the Queen is asked to reconsider the appeal she intends unto His Holiness.
These cardinals trifle with me. I abhor this dilatory sloth and tricks of Rome. I need my beloved Cranmer to manage this affair as I would wish. Break up the court. I say, set on.
Orpheus with his lute made trees, and the mountain tops that freeze bow themselves when he did sing. To his music plants and flowers ever sprung, as sun and showers there had made a lasting spring. Everything that heard him play, even the billows of the sea, hung their heads and then lay by. In sweet music is such art, killing care and grief of heart, all asleep or hearing God.
Your Grace, the two great cardinals are here. They desire to speak with your highness.
Pray their graces to come near. What are your pleasures with me, reverend lords?
Noble lady, we come not to accuse you, but to know how you stand minded in the weighty difference between the king and you.
I'm like my Lord of York. I offer to give my just opinions and my counsel.
You speak like honest men. Pray God you prove so.
May it please your noble madam to withdraw into your private chamber. We shall give you the full cause of our coming.
Speak it here. There's nothing I have done yet on my conscience deserves a corner. Would all other women could speak with this free a soul as I do. If your business, seek me out, and that way I am wife in. Out with it boldly. Truth loves open dealing.
Tanta est ege, timintas intergitas, regina serenisma.
Oh, good, my lord, no. No, Latin. I am not such a truant since my coming, as not to know the language I have lived in. A strange tongue makes my case more strange, suspicious. Pray, Speak in English, Lord Cardinal. The willingest sin I ever yet committed may be absolved in English.
Noble lady, I am sorry my integrity should breed, and service to his majesty and you, so deep suspicion where all faith was meant. We come not by the way of accusation to taint that honor every good tongue blesses, nor to betray you in any way to sorrow. You have too much, good lady. But to know how you stand minded in the weighty difference between the king and you, and to deliver, like free and honest men, our just opinions and comforts to your cause.
Put your cause into the king's protection. For if you go to trial, you'll be disgraced.
He tells you rightly.
You tell me what ye wish for both my ruin. Is this your Christian counsel? Out upon ye. Heaven is above all, yet there sits a judge no king can corrupt.
Your rage mistakes us.
Holy men, I thought ye. Upon my soul, two reverend cardinal virtues, but cardinal sins, and hollow hearts, I fear ye. Mend them for shame, my lords. Is this your comfort? A woman lost among ye, laughed at, scorned. I will not wish ye have my miseries. I have more charity. But say, I warned ye. Take heed. For heaven's sake, take heed.
Madam, this is a mere distraction. You turn the good we offer into envy.
Madam, your fears are worse.
Have I with full affection loved the king, ever obeyed him, well nigh worshipped him? And am I thus rewarded?
For goodness sake, consider what you do. I know you have a gentle, noble temper. Pray think of us as peacemakers and friends.
The king loves you, and beware you lose it not. Trust us in your business. And we'll be ready to use our utmost studies in your service.
Do what you will, my lords, and pray, forgive me if I have behaved unmannerly. Pray, do my service to his majesty. He has my heart yet, and shall have my prayers, while I do have my life. Come, let us go.
She almost reigns. She entirely rules, and I believe gives nothing for it. She could prove powerful.
Thomas, this is a man's world. The seat of power does not lie between a woman's legs.
Wolsey, Nan reminds me that her father's patent of the Earl of Wiltshire has not yet been drawn.
Indeed. It should be done at once.
Good.
My lord, I must tell you, there's a game we ladies in waiting play. A game of titles. Who has the most titles in the land? Well, I said, of course, His Majesty. But Louisa said, no, the great Cardinal Wolsey has more than the king, for he is Bishop of Tugny, of Lincoln, of Bath, of Wells, of Devon, and Winchester. He is also Archbishop of York, and paper-legged in England, which puts him above even the Archbishop of Canterbury. Who knows, he may one day be Pope, so he's the most powerful churchman. He is also Lord Chancellor, and therefore the most powerful layman. I said, how fortunate for His Majesty that the good cardinals devoted only to the king and to England. Consider how dangerous it would be if so powerful a man had ambitions of his own.
His sovereign. I confess your royal favors are much more than I deserve.
And your wealth, my lord. So many livings, so many palaces.
I do wonder.
Such vanities mean little to me if I may serve you. Choose anything I have, and it is yours, Majesty.
When I've given it some thought. Thank you, Amber. Anne.
My lord, you are as generous as you are great. I shall ask the king to show me your palace at Hampton Court.
If you will now unite in your complaints against him, the cardinal cannot stand them. But if you omit this, I cannot promise that you shall not sustain more disgraces.
Glad to be able to revenge my mother-in-law, the Duchess of Buckingham.
Which of the peers has not gone unscorned by him?
What he deserves of all of us, I know, but what we can do to him, I do much doubt. Unless you can bar his access to the king, for his tongue hath witchcraft over his majesty.
Fear him not in that. His spell in that is gone. The king hath found out matter against him.
How?
The cardinal's letters miscarried, and went to the king, who read how the cardinal urged the pope to delay the divorce process because the king affects the lady Anne Boleyn.
But in this point, all his tricks do founder, for the king hath already married her.
May all our joy attend this union.
Amen.
This is recent and known but to a few. But there's already order given for her coronation.
Will the king ignore this letter of the cardinal's?
No, for Cardinal Campius hath already angered his majesty by sneaking off to Rome, leaving the king's cause unhandled.
But, my lord, what does the Bishop Cranmer say?
She hath satisfied the king for his divorce. His second marriage will shortly be announced, together with the lady's coronation. Catherine no more shall be called queen.
This Jane Cranmer is a worthy lady, and hath taken much pain in the king's business.
She has, and it shall make her an archbishop.
The cardinal.
The letters, Cromwell, gave you then the king?
To his own hand, in his bedchamber. The first he viewed with a most serious mind, and bade you meet him here today.
Think you he's now prepared to wed abroad?
I think he is.
Leave me a while. He shall marry the Duchess of Alençon, the French king's sister. Anne Boleyn. No, no. There's more than a fair face. Will no prevent.
He's discontented.
Maybe. He hears the king's angry with him.
Marchioness of Pembroke, a knight's daughter, and a Lutheran who should not wed our king. Another arch-heretic, Cranmer, hath also crawled into the king's favor.
The king.
Now, my lords, saw you the cardinal?
My lord, we have stood here observing him. There seems to be some strange commotion in his brain. He bites his lip and stares upon the ground.
This morning he sent me papers to peruse, and with them I found an inventory put there unwittingly of his treasure, his plate, rich stuffs, and household ornaments. We did think his contemplation were fixed on spiritual objects. Not so, I fear.
It's heaven's will. Some spirit put that paper in the packet to bless your eye withal.
No. If we did think his contemplation were above the earth and fixed on spiritual objects, he should still dwell in his musings. But I am afraid his thinkings are below the moon. not worth his serious considering.
Heaven forgive me. Ever God bless your highness.
Good, my lord. You're full of heavenly stuff, and yet bear the inventory of your best graces in your mind, the which you are now running over. You have scarce time to steal from spiritual leisure a brief span to keep your earthly audit. Sure, in that I deem you an ill husband, and am glad to have you therein my companion.
Sir, for holy offices I have a time to think upon the part of business which I bear in the state, and nature does require her times of preservation, which perforce I, her frail son, amongst my brethren mortal, must give my teetance to.
You have said well.
And ever may your highness yoke together, as I will lend you cause my doing well with my well say.
'Tis well said again. And 'tis kind of a good deed to say well, and yet words are no deeds. My father loved you. He said he did, and with his deed did crown his word upon you. And since I had my office, I have kept you next my heart. Have not alone employed you where high profits might come home, but spared my present havings to bestow my bounties upon you. Have I not made you? Have I not made you the prime man of my state? I pray you, tell me now if what I now pronounce you have found true, and if you may confess it, say withal, if you are bound to us or no. What say you?
My sovereign, I confess your royal graces showered on me daily have been more than could my studied purposes requite, which went beyond all man's endeavors. My endeavors have ever come too short of my desires. Yet filled with my abilities, mine own ends have been mine, so that evermore they pointed to the good of your most sacred person and the profit of the state. For your great graces heaped upon me, poor undeserver, I can nothing but render allegiant thanks. My prayers to heaven for you, my loyalty, which ever has and ever shall be growing, till death that winter kill it.
Fairly answered. A loyal and obedient subject is therein illustrated. The honour of it does pay the act of it, as i' the contrary, the foulness is the punishment. I presume that as my hand opened bounty to you, my heart dropped love, my power rained honour, more on you than on any. So your hand, and your heart, and your brain, and every function of your power should, notwithstanding that your bond of duty, as 'twere in love's particular, be more to me, your friend, than any.
I do profess that for your highness' goodness I ever labor, more than mine own that am, have, and will be. Though all the world should crack their duty to you and throw it from their soul, though perils did abound as thick as thought could make 'em, and appear in forms more horrid, yet my duty, as doth a rock against the chiding flood, should the approach of this wild river break, and stand unshaken yours.
Take notice, lords. He has a loyal breast, for you have seen him open it. We know this. And then go to breakfast with whatever appetite you have.
What should this mean? What sudden anger's this? How have I reaped it? He parted from me, frowning as if ruin leaped from his eyes. So looks the chafed lion upon the daring huntsman that has galled him, and makes him nothing. I must read this paper. I fear the story of his anger. Tis so. This paper has undone me. 'Tis the account of all the world of wealth I have drawn together for mine own ends. Indeed, to gain the popedom and free my friends in Rome. Oh, negligence! Fit for a fool to fall by. Cross devil made me put this main secret in the packet I sent the king. Is there no way to cure this? No new device to beat this from his brains? I know 'twill stir him strongly, yet I know a way, if it take right, in spite of fortune, will bring me off again. What's this? To the Pope. A letter, as I live, with all the business I writs to holiness. Nay, then, farewell. I have touched the highest point of all my greatness. And from that full meridian of my glory I haste now to my setting. I shall fall like a bright exhalation in the evening, and no man see me more.
Hear the king's pleasure, Cardinal. He commands you to yield up the Great Seal and confine yourself to Asher House, my Lord of Winchester.
You officious lords, you men of malice! That seal you asked for with such violence, the king with his own hand did give to me.
Thou art a proud traitor, priest. Thy ambition murdered Buckingham, my mother-in-law. 'Twas great goodness and your holy pity absolved him with an axe. By my soul, priest, your long coat protects you, otherwise thou wouldst die now.
Oh, goodness, he's poison to the stomach.
Yes, that goodness which gleaned all England's wealth. You shall hear now the grand sum of your sins. First, that without the king's assent or knowledge, you made yourself a legate, by which power you made the jurisdiction of all bishops.
Then, in your letters that you writ abroad, you did inscribe your name before the king's.
And out of mere ambition, you have caused your holy hat to be stamped on the king's coin.
Furthermore, you have sent 12 untold. By what means got I leave your own conscience to Rome, to prepare for your dignities, to the mere undoing of all our kingdom.
My lords, press not a failing man too far. It is the law, not you, should correct these faults.
Lord Cardinal, the king's further pleasure is that a writ should be issued against you, to forfeit all your goods whatsoever.
And so, we leave you to your meditations. Fare you well, my little good Lord Cardinal.
Farewell. A long farewell to all my greatness. This is the state of man. Today he puts forth the tender leaves of hope. Tomorrow blossoms. The third day comes a killing frost which nips his root. Then he falls as I do, never to rise again. How now, Cromwell?
I have no power to speak. How does your grace?
Never so truly happy, my good Cromwell. I know myself now. and I feel within me a peace above all earthly dignities. What news abroad?
The worst is the king's displeasure towards you. The next is that Sir Thomas More is chosen to be Lord Chancellor in your place.
May he do justice for truth's sake. What more?
That Cranmer's now Archbishop of Canterbury.
That's news indeed.
Last, that the Lady Anne was viewed as queen going to the chapel.
All my glories in that one woman I have lost. Go get thee from me. I am a poor fallen man.
The king shall have my service, but my prayers forever and ever shall be yours.
Cromwell, I did not think to shed a tear in all my miseries. But thou hast forced me out of thy honest truth to play the woman. Let's dry our eyes. And thus far hear me, Cromwell. And when I am forgotten as I shall be, and sleep in dull cold marble, where no mention of me more must be heard of, say I taught thee. Say Wolsey that once trod the ways of glory, and sounded all the depths and shoals of honor, found thee a way out of his wreck to rise in. A sure and safe one, though thy master missed it. Mark but my fall in that ruined me. Cromwell, I charge thee, fling away ambition. By that sin fell the angels. How can man, then, the image of his maker, hope to win by it? Love thyself last. Cherish those hearts that hate thee. Corruption wins not more than honesty. Still in thy right hand carry gentle peace, to silence envious tongues. Be just and fear not. Let all the ends thou aimest at be thy countries, thy gods, and truths. Then if thou fallest, O Cromwell, thou fallest a blessed martyr. Serve the king, and prithee lead me in. There take an inventory of all I have to the last penny. 'Tis the king's. My robe and my integrity to heaven is all I dare now call mine own. Oh, Cromwell, Cromwell. Had I but served my God with half the zeal I serve my king, he would not in mine age have left me naked to mine enemies.
Good sir, have patience.
So I have. Farewell the hopes of court. My hopes in heaven do dwell.
Well met. You come here to behold the Lady Anne pass from her coronation?
I do. At our last encounter, the Duchess of Buckingham came from her trial. May I ask what paper is that in your hand?
The list of those who claim their offices today. The Duke of Suffolk first claims High Steward. The Duke of Norfolk to be Earl Marshal. Here, you may read the rest. Stand close. The Queen of Anne is coming.
Who's that Paris the Rod?
That's the Earl of Surrey and the Duke of Suffolk, he who's now the High Steward.
And that's my Lord of Norfolk. Well, heaven bless this new queen of ours. She hath the sweetest face I ever looked on. Our king has all the Indies in his arms, and more and richer when he holds that lady.
The Bishop of Winchester is Gardiner, who is the king's secretary. The other's London.
She of Winchester is no friend of the Archbishop, the virtuous Cranmer.
There's no great breach yet, but when it comes, Cranmer will find a friend, will not shrink from her.
Who may that be?
Thomas Cromwell, one much esteemed by the king, who hath already made her a privy councillor.
Come, we'll go my way. I'll tell you more.
Dios, God save you, sister. Where have you been hiding?
Among the crowd in the abbey, where a finger could not be wedged in more. I am stifled with the mere rankness of their joy.
You saw the ceremony?
That I did.
How was it?
Well worth the seeing.
I heard, as well as I was able. A rich stream of lords and ladies, having brought the new queen to a prepared place in the choir, fell off a distance from her, while her grace sat down to rest a while, some half an hour or so, in a rich chair of state, opposing freely the beauty of her person to the people. They believe she is the goodliest woman that ever lay by man, which, when the people had the full view of, such a noise arose as the shrouds at sea in a stiff tempest, as loud and to as many tunes, hats, cloaks, doublets, I think, and had their faces been loose, this day they had been lost.
'Tis true. Such joy I never saw before.
But what followed?
At length her grace rose, and with modest paces came to the altar, where she kneeled, and saint-like cast her fair eyes to heaven, and prayed devoutly. Then rose again, and bowed her head to the people. She had all the royal markings of a queen. As holy oil Edward Confessor's crown, the rod and bird of peace, and all such emblems laid nobly on her, which performed the choir with all the choicest music of the kingdom, together sung. So she parted, and with the same full state paced back again to York Place, where the feast is held.
But what's become of Catherine, La Infanta, the true queen? You've seen her?
The Archbishop pronounced she was divorced. She had moved to Kimbolton Castle.
Divorced? We must go to her. That milksop English boy has wronged her. Let us go. There's no place for us now at court.
How does your grace?
Griffith, sick to death. Reach a chair. So, I think you said Cardinal Wolsey was dead. Pretty good, Griffith. Tell me how he died.
Well, the story goes, after he was arrested, he fell sick suddenly.
Alas, poor man.
At last he reached the abbey at Leicester, where to the abbot he did speak these words, "And man, broken with the storms of state, is come to lay his weary bones among ye." He went to bed, and 3 nights later died.
So may he rest. His faults lie gently on him. His promises were, as he then was, mighty. His performance, as he is now, nothing.
Will it please you to hear good of him?
Yes. Good, Griffith. I were malicious else.
The college that he founded in Oxford, though still rising, is so excellent in art that Christendom shall ever speak his virtue. And what is greater, he died fearing God.
After my death, I wish no other herald.
Madam, there's a gentleman from the king.
My royal nephew.
Madam, the same. Your servant.
I pray you. What is your pleasure with me?
The king doth grieve much for your weakness. He heartily entreats you to take good comfort.
That comfort comes too late. 'Tis like a pardon after execution. How does His Highness?
Madam, in good health.
So may he ever be. I commend to him our daughter Mary. I hope he'll love her for my sake, that ever loved him dearly. My next petition is that he would have pity on my women, who all deserve a good husband.
By heaven, I'll do this or lose the name of man.
I thank you, honest Lord. My eyes grow tired. Farewell, my lord. Griffith, farewell. Louisa, hurry back. I must to bed.
Did you note how much her grace is altered on a sudden? How long her face is drawn? How pale she looks and of an earthly cold. Mark her eyes.
She is going. Pray. Pray.
Heaven comfort her.
Came you from the king, my lord?
I have left him to the Duke of Suffolk playing cards.
I must see him too, before I go to bed. The queen's in labour, in great extremity, they say. 'Tis feared she'll with the labour end.
The fruit she bears I pray for heartily, but for the stalk I wish it grubbed up now.
Oh, sweet lady, she deserves our better wishes.
Hear me, Sir Thomas. Things will never be well till Cromner, Cromwell, and she are in their graves.
Now, sir, you speak of two of the most noted in the realm. Cromwell is made king's secretary, and the archbishop is the king's hand and tongue. Who dare speak one syllable against them?
That dare I. This day I have urged the lords of the council that he is a most arch heretic. The king hath given ear to this complaint, and hath convened the council board tomorrow. Cramner's a wank reed, and we must root her out.
Many good nights, good lord. I rest your servant.
Now, Lovell, from the Queen, what's the news?
She hath sent a message by her woman desiring you to pray for her.
To pray for her? What is she crying out?
So says her woman, and that her suffering makes almost each pang a death.
Alas, good lady. God safely quit her of her burden, and the gladding of your highness with an air.
The archbishop attends your highness's pleasure.
Yeah, bring her to us.
This is about that which the bishop spake. I am happily come hither.
Lovell, avoid. I've said, be gone. Do you know why I've sent for you, my lady?
It is my duty to attend your highness' pleasure.
Pray you, arise. My good and gracious lady of Canterbury, come. You and I must walk a turn together. I have news to tell you. Come. Give me your hand. My good lady, I grieve at what I speak, and am right sorry to repeat what follows. I have, and most unwillingly of late, heard many grievous, I do say, my lady, grievous complaints of you, which, being considered, have moved us and our council that you shall this morning come before us, where I know you cannot with such freedom purge yourself, but that till further trial in those charges which will require your answer, you must take your patience to you, and be well contented to make your house our tower. You, a sister of us, it fits we thus proceed, or else no witness would come against you.
I humbly thank your highness for this occasion to defend myself, for I know there's none stands under more calumnious tongues than I.
Stand up. Thy truth is rooted in us, thy friend. What manner of woman are you, my lady? I had hoped you would have given me your petition that I should have taken some pains to bring together yourself and your accusers, and heard you further.
My liege, I do stand on my truth and honesty, and fear nothing that can be said against me.
Know you not your situation in the world? The justice and truth of a question rarely carries a right verdict with it. You are potently opposed with great malice. Do you expect better luck from perjured witness than Jesus, your master, while he was on earth?
God and your majesty protect my innocence, or I fall into the trap is left for me.
Well, they shall no more prevail than we give way to. If they do make attempt to commit you, oppose them as vehemently as you may. Then, if entreaties will render you no remedy, deliver this ring to them and appeal to us. Get you gone, and do as I bid you. Kitty, is that...
Your Majesty. Now, good angels fly over thy royal head and shade thy person beneath their blessed wings.
Oh. Is the Queen delivered? Say A, and say of the boy.
A, my liege. And of a lovely girl, which promises boys hereafter. Sir, your new queen desires you be acquainted with this stranger. 'Tis as like you as cherry is to cherry.
I'll to the Queen.
I hope I'm not too late. And yet the gentleman that was sent to me from the council prayed me to make great haste. All shut. What means this? Who waits there? Sure. You know me.
Yes, but your grace must wait till you be called.
Brendan. King's loyal friend. How he looked at me. This is of purpose led by some they hate me. They would shame me by making me wait among the grooms, boys, and lackeys.
See there, my lord, the high promotion of her Grace of Canterbury waiting among the footboys and the messengers.
I had thought that the councillors had good manners enough not to let a woman so near our favour to dance attendance on him. And at the door, too, like a post with packets. Let him alone and draw the curtain close. We shall hear more anon.
Why are we met today, Master Secretary?
The chief cause concerns her Grace of Canterbury.
Let her come in.
Your Grace may enter now.
My good Lady Archbishop, we have been informed that you have greatly misdemeaned yourself by filling the whole realm with heresies which, if not reformed, may prove pernicious.
Which reformation must be sudden too. If we tolerate this dangerous disease, what follows then? Commotions, uproars, general corruption of the whole kingdom.
My good lords, no man doth protest more against those who would destroy the public peace, and feed on envy and crooked malice. I do beseech you, that my accusers, whoever they be, may stand forth and face me.
Nay, my lady, no man dare accuse a councillor.
We will be short with you. 'Tis his highness' pleasure, that you be committed to the tower where you shall know those who dare accuse you.
My Lord of Winchester, always my good friend, I do see that your aim is my undoing. Love and meekness, my good lord, do become a churchman better than your ambition.
You are a heretic! That's the plain truth! Your outward gloss is naught but words and weakness!
My Lord of Winchester, you are too sharp. Ladies so noble should receive respect.
Good Master Secretary, I cry you mercy, you may, worst of all this table, say so. Do I not know you to be a favorer of this new sect? You are not sound!
Not sound?
Not sound, I say!
This is too much! Forbear, my lords. Lady, it stands agreed that you shall be conveyed to the Tower, waiting the king's pleasure. Are you all agreed, lords?
We are.
We are.
Let some guard be ready there.
For me? Must I go like a traitor thither?
What else do you expect? Take her out!
Stay, good my lord, by virtue of this ring, I give my cause unto a higher judge.
This is the king's ring.
I said that this would fall upon ourselves.
Do you think, my lords, the king will suffer but the little finger of this woman be harmed?
Dread sovereign, we daily give thanks in heaven that give us such prince wise and religious, who out of holy duty comes to hear this cause.
I am sure, whatever thou takest me for, that thou hast a cruel, bloody nature. Good Lord, sit down. Now, let me see the proudest here who dares to say this place becomes thee not.
May it please your grace.
No, sir! It does not please me. I thought I had wise men in my council, but was it wise to let this honest woman wait like a lousy footboy at your door? And what as great as you are, what a shame! I gave you power to try her as a counsellor. Yet I see some of you would hurt her to the utmost out of malice.
May your grace let my tongue excuse all. What was purposed was more meant for her trial in fair purgation to the world than malice.
Well, my lords, well. Respect her, then, and use her well. Be friends, for shame. My Lady of Canterbury, I have a fair young maid that wants baptism, and you must be a godmother and answer for her. My Lord of Winchester, embrace this woman.
With a great hearty and sibling love, I do it.
And let heaven witness my confirmation.
Come, lords, we trifle time away. I long to have this young one made a Christian, as I have made ye one. Lords, one remain. As I grow stronger, you more honour gain.
And to your royal grace, and the good queen, my noble partners, I myself thus pray, all comfort, joy in this most gracious lady heaven ever led up to make parents happy, may hourly fall upon you.
Thanks, good Lady Archbishop. What's her name?
Elizabeth.
With this kiss, take my blessing. God protect thee, into whose hand I give thy life.
Let me speak, sir, for heaven now bids me. This royal infant now promises upon this land 1,000 blessings. She shall be a pattern to all princes, she shall be loved and feared. Her own shall bless her, her foes shake like a field of beaten corn. In her days, every man shall eat in safety, and sing songs of peace with his neighbors. God shall be truly known, and those about her From her shall read the perfect ways of honor, and by those claim their greatness not by blood. Nor shall this peace leave with her. Our children's children shall see this and bless heaven.
Thou speakest wonders.
She shall be to the happiness of England an aged princess. Many days shall see her, and yet no day without a deed to crown it. At last, an unspotted lily, she shall pass to the ground, and all the world shall mourn her.
This oracle of comfort has so pleased me that when I am in heaven I shall desire to see what this child does and praise my Maker. I thank ye. Lead the way, lady. You must see the Queen, and she must thank ye. Today no man shall work, and all shall stay, for this little one shall make it a holiday.
When in disgrace with fortune and men's eyes, I all alone beweep my outcast state, and trouble deaf heaven with my bootless cries, and look upon myself, and curse my fate, wishing me like to one more rich in hope, featured like him with friends possessed, desiring of this man's art and that man's scope, with what I most enjoy contented least. Yet in these thoughts myself almost despising, haply I think on thee, and then my state, like to a lark at break of day arising from sullen earth, sings hymns at heaven's gates. But thy sweet love, remembered such wealth brings, that then I scorn to change my state with kings.
Ni cerca me tendrás, a solas yo te cantaré, soñando en regresar.
Mi amor, ¿está bien?
Kitty, it is you. Right, Kitty it is. Say something. In English, say something.
What? What do you want me to say? Are you okay? What happened?
Jesus. Yeah, no, I'm fine. Sorry. Wow. You answered your phone, and then my brother called me, and then I fell asleep. I had a dream, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, Harry, you can't function on 3 hours of sleep and caffeine.
I love you. I know what I said earlier about you staying, but if you want to come home, I don't know why I'd ever try and stop you.
You really don't say that enough. Harry, I really didn't want to tell you this over the phone.
I'm an asshole. I know. I know I can be an asshole, and I do love you, and I'll say it more. And look, nothing would have happened. I was going to join you tonight after, but the girl playing Anne, there wasn't anything to it. It's just she sent me.
Harry, stop talking. I'm sorry. I love you, but you have yet to let me finish a sentence, and I've been trying to tell you the same thing for. I don't even know how long. It's not necessarily the easiest thing to say over the phone, and this is really bad timing. And I probably shouldn't. I know why. Actually, I'm not thinking. I know I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. I found out this week. I guess while you were in LA, and because that's how babies work. But I just because I don't want to be here anymore. Because without you, I mean, it's really hard. And the morning sickness absolutely sucks. And I hate the show so much. I want off the show so bad. I just really miss you.
Come home. Listen to me, Kitty. Just come home. That's amazing. You're pregnant.
Yeah, you're not mad.
Who cares about the show? Either of them. Just come home.
Okay. I will figure out how to break the contract, and then I'll just come to London and be with you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be so busy with Henry anyway, which is good for now. I mean, that's great.
Who cares?
Speaking of Henry, that's fun. I mean, since I'm married to the King of London right now, do you hope it's a boy?
Yeah, better be a boy.
I can't. You're a bully. You know that, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Fuck.
Okay. Hey, you should go shower and eat something before rehearsal. Eat something maybe not from the freezer, and perhaps green in color. You're gonna call me on your break, please?
Yeah, of course. I love you.
I love you. We love you. Bye.
Bye.